Let's talk about abortion. Now I know what you're all thinking. What side is she on? Well, here's your answer. Neither. Let me explain. Nobody likes abortions. No matter what your beliefs are, whether you want a clinic on every corner or you want abortion banned and criminalized, nobody throws a party for a girl who gets an abortion. Whatever your opinion may be, the one thing that everyone can agree on is that less abortions, even no abortions, would be ideal. When people typically debate about abortion and pick sides, it's usually about the legality of abortion. Most pro-lifers want to solve the abortion problem by making abortion less available, and most pro-choicers just want to keep abortion legal and don't really care about much after that. But what if there was another solution? A real solution to the abortion problem. Spoiler alert, there is. What we should be focusing on is reducing the need for abortion. Look at it this way. If a woman wants an abortion, she's going to get an abortion. The only factor determined by the legality of abortion is whether or not it's going to be safe. But if less women want abortions, then less women are going to get abortions. Crazy. So what do we do with all of that? Well, if we want to reduce the necessity of abortion, then we must implement policies that will reduce unwanted pregnancies. One of the most effective ways to curb the amount of unwanted pregnancies is to provide greater access to contraception. According to a study done by the New England Journal of Medicine, in the US, unintended pregnancy rates plummeted from 51% in 2008 to 45% in 2011. Here's why. Professor Eve Espy of the University of New Mexico says that the largest factor that led to this decrease in unintended pregnancy is the use of long-acting reversible contraception. The availability and use of contraception is one of the largest deterrents to unwanted pregnancies. To make contraception more accessible, first we must increase the access to over-the-counter birth control methods. This will provide women with easy access to safe, pregnantless sex. Another thing that must be increased is insurance coverage of birth control methods and emergency contraception. And no, before you ask, emergency contraception or day-after pills are not abortion. As stated on princeton.edu, emergency contraceptive pills work before pregnancy begins. Thank you. Implementing these policies and others like it will bring down rates of unwanted pregnancies substantially. I put a sweatshirt on because it is cold inside of my house. Anyways, another way to reduce unintended pregnancies is by improving sexual education in schools. Right now, sex ed isn't really serving its purpose. According to a poll by the Public Religion Research Institute, only 39% of millennials reported taking sex ed in both high school and middle school. Almost a quarter of millennials reported not taking a sex ed class at all. Out of the 75% total of millennials who did take sex ed, only about 19% of them claimed that it was very helpful. 43% said that it was mildly helpful, and a whopping 37% said that it wasn't helpful at all. Doing the math, that's only 46.5% of millennials who had helpful sex ed in school. So how are we supposed to fix that? Well, when that question was asked to these same millennials, over 2/3 of them said that sex ed with an emphasis on safe sexual practices and birth control is the best approach. And while this belief may be popular in the US, currently our government is not living it out. At this point in time, only 24 states require that schools offer sex education. That number should be way closer to 50. When young people are more informed of how to practice safe sex and how to access contraception, they'll do both of those things. This will help young people avoid unplanned pregnancies as they grow up. Let's sum things up. Instead of debating the legality of abortion, we should be focusing on reducing the need for abortion. So what can you, a baby in high school, actually do about this? Most importantly, stop arguing. Instead of wasting your time in heated debates, calm down and have a conversation about how to lower abortion rates in a humane way. Next, if and when you can vote, pay attention to bills about women's health care and the education system. Use your voice to enact change. Thank you. Also, if you're Mr. Kistler, you can give me an A on this project and that would really help this issue.